They've peaked, potentially, at the right time with a victory recently in EMEA.
Well, as we've just seen, this will be the first time we get to see Nova play here on Corrode. They've decided to pick it though, so let's see what they've got up their sleeve. Up against this comp from G2, agree with what Potter said. I love the double dive that comes in with the Yoru and the Waylay, but it's going to be the Yoru opening things up, and Amy maybe shutting it down. A 4 versus 2 to start things off. Nova get the plant, but they are outnumbered. Let's see if they can at least deliver a couple of early kills to make this doable when G2 go in for the retake. They've got to be ahead of it, and that was damn close, but a 1v3 for Alyssa, 11 HP, the headshot's needed, and she's boxed in.
And the Thorns are going to really deal some damage. Vanya was the only one connected, but also taken out. The pace working wonders for the side of Nova, and okay, Clem. What a start to the round. Mimi gone, operator on the ground, and it seems like it's not getting any better. Icebox with another, Shirazi to close. Early days.
My blind is dead.
This is, of course, a good chance for Shirazi to maybe bring this back. Flash out, though. They're going to go through the utility. And while it's always going to be dangerous, even with those pistols, Amy, again, her job is just to delay. Actually, opts to use the ability to take away the guns, that steel garden, but it won't really help out her teammates too much. They are too far away. A long rotation back through mid and a 3v3.
Yeah, and I think the thing being that Icebox still alive, has that wall to cover off their back, so at this point, Nova know that they don't have to commit any resources to it. They've got Sheer holding off the spawn, which leaves 2 players to hold a very important angle, but the flash is key. It catches as Alyssa goes down, so too does Icebox. And now Sheer from up top, going to be caught out by the orbital strike. Pushed down below, but survives. A sliver of HP, the regen shield's coming back up, giving a small margin, but 4 bullets left in the rifle. The paranoia goes through, the defuse underway, and they've done it. G2 battling back on the low buy.
Making their way across that initial utility, pop flash out. Amy's the one that's getting ready to take the swing, but Clem wins that first fight, doesn't get much more. Vanya has traded things evenly. But now there is that steel garden. Vanya was already prepared for it though. The pistol in her hand, sat in the corner, but easily taken down without having the rifle.
Yeah, not even the stim beacon can help you out there. Sheer caught, stays up close, looks for the fight, but it's Akita to put her in the ground and double up as well. Shirazi with a chance, but being watched. Timing is everything. The shot lands. And now waiting for that tap, the defuse underway. Akita staking it at least a half, but now looks for the battle and finds her 3rd of the round. G2, 4-2 in the lead. This was a strong start from Nova, but those defensive rounds are starting to really add up.
Yeah. Started to see some of that individual ability we spoke about. Vanya doing well in this round, Akita as well. I like the storyline as well. It was mentioned on the desk that for Shirazi, this is a little bit of a revenge map. The same can be said, though, if you go all the way back to 2022 for Alyssa. The blitzed out 11-0 at the moment on the entire year in terms of series. Early pressure, though. And while once again, the utility just working wonders, the ult setting up Akita. Doesn't even know there's a player in the corner. That's made it interesting. Alyssa's done well. In fact, Alyssa's taken over. Just a small piece missed of that puzzle for G2, and what was looking like a surefire round now turns into a 1v2.
A 1v2, and it's an op that they're up against. Mimi might almost want to swap that weapon out, especially now that they've got to play into the Viper's pit. This round looked destined to be G2's, but Nova, they've challenged fate itself. Now it's Mimi who has to do the dirty work, still with a full belt of utility. A gate crash to fall back to. Even then, that's going to run down the clock quite a bit. I'm looking at the decoy and how it's going to be used. Clearing out this pit, being point of contact. Alyssa up close is desperately low. There's the flash, there's the decoy. They spray it, easy kill. Mimi isolating the 1v1, but Shirazi staying up close converts the round. A big win for Nova.
There is nobody around this angle. That is, however, an awful lot of information. In fact, Mimi knows everything.
The Molly's going to delay them, following up on that Nightfall with Akita still in the corner. Stun goes through, but she's got one of her own. Further delay as Nova now have to rely on another burst of utility to get in, but it's supposed to be Sheer in the back lines, only able to grab one, and then it's a desolation from G2 as they hold that site with ease.
Amy's going to be the one under pressure here, but does have support from Mimi, and with that Outlaw versus those light shields, it is a one-shot kill.
Nice start from Amy, but one and done. Nova keep that momentum towards this B site. The plant will be coming through. A rifle retrieved yet again. Now the advantage firmly in their court. The half isn't lost just yet. The spam's dangerous, but just about missing the players on site. And the retake for G2, not going to be easy. They still have a lot of utility. The one smoke coming in from Brim. Molly as well to follow up and clear out an angle alongside a Siege, but they need to hit their shots quick and clean, and the trades work in Nova's favor as they will finally put a fifth on the board, just one behind and a chance to tie it up at the half.
And with that Nightfall online again, both players are going to be connected.
Again though, we get another set of thorns going through to pop that delay. Nova following up still onto Amy. Mimi in the corner, grabs herself a double. Well, they're right back in the lead. Player advantage, and then another falls. Mimi keeps on delivering. And with 12 seconds left, they've got to go. Someone needs to stick that plant here and now. Shirazi's the one left to cover, but G2 are patient. Mimi doesn't want to overextend, not looking for the ace just yet. It will be a full squad here for the retake, 3 versus 2. All they need to do is trade.
Shirazi, the first one to face. It's a little bit late, but it's Mimi already with 4 and only 1 standing for Nikita. She cares about her own numbers rather than giving the lead of the ace. Nonetheless, it will be G2 coming through with a lead at this half, and it's a lot of kills. Yeah. That's a lot of orbital strikes.
So definitely no criticisms there, and I suppose I owe Drew Spark my apologies, as well as Vanya, of course, who I should never doubt and never will again. My apologies. 7-5 as we get into the second half, and it's already a big mid fight from G2, putting a lot of pressure around this angle, and you can already see Prowler going through means they want that control. Akita's following it up slowly, but Clem quick to connect the headshot. Puts Nova in a 5 versus, well, now 3 into 2. It's Petra and Amy. Double the numbers on the other side. Spike down, and no chance by the looks of things.
Amy's like, I got flanked, stay alive. I got flanked, stay alive. Well, unfortunately, nobody's staying alive. It's going to be all down to her. Always very good with these pistols, but the amount of utility on the other side is going to make it difficult. The smokes leaving her in an awkward spot. The one thing she does have is time. 45 seconds. Obviously, there's no good way to go about this round, and the way that Nova are currently grouped up, there's not really an individual fight, although saying that, Icebox did decide to go look, and they're going to now try and swing it together. And well, with synergy like that, what can go wrong? The 6th on the board for Nova. Basically, if 2 people go down, that's a problem. Whereas for G2, it's like, oh no, I lost the Spectre, oh no, I lost the Sheriff. Like, it is. That's the kind of trade out. Already though, that's not the best of starts. That's a gun into the hands of Petra. In fact, it's a Guardian as well, so high damage potential with what they can do. Also looking to try and get a little bit more aggressive with some of their positioning, whereas the defense are all grouping up together. They do have to be careful.
Retrieving flash.
I mean, the numbers are the real advantage when you've got those classics, right? But you allow Nova to group up and push into you. I understand why they want to get ahead of it. Amy spots a bit of info, falls back, a spam attempt coming in from Petra. And some of these players very low. Amy's already got one with the right click. This is looking so doable for G2. Nova need to buckle down as Petra puts them in the ground. A MasterCard thrifty. And the one thing we didn't want to see, an early injection of rounds, well, it seems unavoidable now.
Potential repurchase for G2. They've got a lot of credits to play with.
Yeah, G2 coming in as favorites and now having that extra wiggle room. Nice shutdown, though, by Sheer to start this. Petra keeps on going. That Guardian hasn't been taken out of her hands. Maybe it won't. That's a spam from Vanya straight through the mid-smoke that she put down. For Nova, a 4 versus 3 off rip in a round where they full invested, and the B site is the target, which, as we can see, is wide open. And now G2 can see that too.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing they really need to worry about is maybe somebody swinging in from heaven, but it now almost becomes a question of how much you're willing to gamble to get back into this site. Because the problem with losing a lot of players so early in the round is there's a lot of utility still to play with more Thorns available, the Flash still available, C's still available. Like, this is a lot of potential denial. And also, the defenders are all coming in from one choke. A lot that they need to clear, even wary of Heaven, and understandably so. Shirazi, though, that's a gun barrel. That's a spot. A second as well. Player in the corner, though. They haven't been able to clear. It was actually Vanya to find the first kill. That left Mimi hidden, but Shirazi is fighting strong. Already to look to bring this back, and it's the headshot, but does she have the time? It's close. That will be the question. So close. I think she just about got it. A second and a half left on the clock. The Red Bull clutch, and Shirazi, a hero.
This is the moment when you need those to step up as well. The big investment from Nova. They would have been left in the dust with double digits for G2 and Eco out of the defensive side. And my goodness, maybe the end of Corrode. A sad story considering how Nova performed, but Shirazi puts the team on her back. A huge clutch up. Mimi, who's been putting up numbers, caught out in that corner with 4 bullets left. She catches Vanya. And you can hear it in her voice. Just how big of a deal this round was. I don't blame you for it.
So here comes the
Push
judge.
in from the judge. Amy will punish a second player.
No.
Surely not the third. Alyssa finally puts her to bed, but a 3 versus 3. The A site being pressured, but the spike still has to cross. They've got control. But a player sneaking out of that smoke could be a death sentence. And that's why Vanya waited for the smoke that was covering her off to fade. Waited for Akita to get into this corner. Now they've got the control. Now they've got the plant. And Akita in this corner. Oh, it doesn't look like she was expected. And a 3 versus 2 as a reward.
Well, Shirazi's still standing. So I might just have to believe for the moment. You did impeccable work in the last round to give them this chance.
Beacon down.
Problem though is the post plant is not going to be easy to beat, and I'm looking at Akita already wrapping back around as the other 2 players looking to bait, and well, maybe the bait will be enough. Akita's there to close. G2 right back on the horse, and there's a couple of players. She needs to hit this shot and get out immediately, and that's exactly what she does. Very nice.
That was clean as can be. Now Mimi's on the wrap up behind. Already used that dimensional drift and is hunting down a kill, but Clem has found another. Out comes the shorty. But Mimi now poses a threat with the flash through this smoke. Making a big impact, but Paranoia goes in. Rest of the squad delayed. Clem finding a third in the round. Mimi tagged desperately low. It's on to Petra. Look at this corner spot for Mimi. She shouldn't get much, but Petra's there to cover her. A 3 versus 2. Manageable, especially with the spike under their control.
Yeah, manageable, but they're both tagged up. And the players on the other side are healthy. They've got to make a decision of whether or not they now go all the way back to the other side of the map, but for Nova, they've done impeccably well. 2 of those ultimates already expended, coming in with a mass advantage to close out this round. Now, post-plant, definitely not out of the realms of possibility, but you have to think of it from G2's perspective. We're tagged up, and we have 1,000,001 angles that we need to clear, and they don't see what we see. They don't know that there's 3 players still completely committed to this B side of the map, so they're just almost going to have to gamble on the fact that there's no one here, and luckily for them, they are correct.
They go for an aggressive spot here, like playing towards the spawn to try to catch them on the rotate. It looks like Petra, going down on mid, but this is risky. They're already on the run through. Little bit of tag from Petra. 2 steps at least. Have been heard. What a shot! That puts us back to even, but still the HP advantage sits with Nova. They don't know where Mimi is, and they don't know where Petra's gone. Another swing, and it's a hit! G2 now with the advantage. The time ticking. Petra in the corner, and she has heated up in this map. Nova's flesh serving as the kindling. 12-7. One more with 5 chances to close out the pick of Nova.
We saw the poll earlier where I think it was 0.2% where Mel and Alexis were voted the better duo of the 2. I have a feeling maybe that 0.2% might have been swayed after that one, because that was insane from Petra. Somebody who for many, many years has lived.
It's going to be tough. 3 players coming through that angle. No flash to work with. Nightfall does catch just about, and so Sheer ends up being an easy kill for Akita. Just the 1 bullet needed. Molly in play slows them and gets the plant in for G2. With a 3 versus 2, 12-7, there's no better time to put the Nightfall through for Nova. A bit of information going their way, but they need to get towards this spike, clearing out elbow at least. Knowing there's a player close, the reveal goes in, but look how patient G2 are with the orbital strike. They knew that they could run down this clock, and now the pressure truly onto Nova as players fall one after another. Alyssa seemingly stands no chance with G2 locking in their 13th round.
Yeah, it was saw today Mimi and Petra talking about themselves as boomers. I'm not sure that's the case. They are looking like the young blood on the stage in the last couple of rounds, and a mass victory going up against a team that hasn't played this map before and a devastating attack side. It was impressive, and now they go into their map choice.
G2 on their way towards this A site, and well, Icebox is going to have quite a task to stay alive as the flood comes in. Heaven Control going to be covered off by Amy as they wrap themselves around. Nice flash, but Akita is the one to draw that opening duel in G2's favor. And they've got all their bases covered towards main. 2 players sitting and waiting there. The question is, I think for G2 at this point, with how spread they are, they almost want to take a fight, but then you have that double up down below in the drop. This is a nasty little spot, especially considering the super late play from Vanya. She should be able to do a ton if there's anyone left to be picked up.
It didn't matter from this point onwards. Alyssa completely surrounded, and G2 are going to get themselves off to a strong start. Should, in theory, be able to maybe farm up, but that's already the first shot going astray. Support has been rotating in from her teammate, though, and that's the main thing. They at least have an opportunity onto this cross. Shirazi clean with it. Amy will be there for the trade. That Guardian juggled into her hands, and well, Vanya, her patience paid off. The player in the site, though, is going to be traded once again. Amy in with the chance, but incredibly low on HP. Icebox, full health, knows exactly where her opponent is, and again, this round may be costly, but Nova, well, they're going to be happy that they at least got it over the line.
Heaven Control can be fought for, but you just look at Icebox. Isolated on the site, it's going to get Shirazi in a spot where she wants to get that little more aggressive to support her teammate, but she goes down, and so does Icebox. Alyssa doing well, that 3rd player not expected to be this close to A that early, but they're still down by 1. An ult for Mimi, a Viper's Pit as well. I mean, really take your pick of what you want to commit to that one, and even the stun. By the time those players get close, the stun has faded. And G2 grouping up. I mean, they are fish in a barrel if the spray came down, but instead it's Mimi with a very early wraparound inside the pit, and a 3rd kill in the round. She really has been having a series, in fact. With the Gravwell to buy even more time, we knew how this story was going to end. G2, 3-1.
And this is terrifying. You get a round win here and it's not.
Upshot is everything, but it's already going to be spotted, pushed back now. The stun goes into play, but Mimi sees the second player. Cosmic Divide now. Mimi's going to find that little bit of a gap and spawn. It's beautiful! Mimi taking down Alyssa, but the AWP of Clem still sitting around this site. She is searching, trying to find absolutely anyone, but Mimi's already faded out, gone back to the rest of the squad, as Sheer is able to slip past on the backside. Nova with the lifeline! Sheer dominance on the B site as they find their second, a much-needed round.
Not quite the credits to fully invest, although saying that, Amy has enough to drop a rifle, and maybe 1 player would have been low. They've gone in with a couple of classics here.
Oh, this is risky, though, running through the pit. Already 1 player has snuck past. Alyssa didn't seem aware, and now the showstopper! Right on Shirazi's feet. Down goes the pit. And Nova, well, they are spiraling here. Rifles picked up for the remaining players in G2. 5 versus 3. And look at the position of Amy. With the plant coming in on B, if you expect this, you're a giga brain like I've never seen. But that flank has a timer on it, and it's going to take a while to come into play. The smoke that's gone up in Heaven, though, might just buy them that time.
And a flank. Wow, that's going to be something. Clem has managed to take down Mimi. That puts them in a bit of a box, actually, while that flank is still coming. Icebox has done well, but Vanya's still standing strong. And now Amy strikes. She's been waiting for a moment all the way through the round for Clem. This is not the position you want an operator. And well, the MasterCard's thrifty. It was a few guns, but still a few missing. Ooh, Amy under pressure. Clearing her has been an important part. And it came down to the 1 versus 1, but that's the second time that Icebox managed to win it. Shirazi holding on to the vents like her life depends on it. It did. With the remaining 2, it feels like Nova might have just found their momentum. It's left all onto Vanya, and she won't get anything. It seems like G2 are very aware of the gap.
There's the drone down for the info, but they've already heard it. It's all about that op shot from Clem. The top rope landing its blow. Late play by Amy through middle hasn't been spotted yet, and often you'll expect that Viper to be with the squad. In fact, the flank is completely avoided now. They must have seen her because they even flashed back out into mid. But yes, this is why the pit coming back into play to try to lock this down in the post plant. Nade right-clicked up top. Oh. It's beautiful from Akita. And with the pit to get towards the site, just about covering the spike. This is a very difficult retake for Nova. The slide good, but Mimi better. And it's down to the 1v1. Already low is Icebox, and that decay is going to take this from bad to worse. A spam from Amy would be enough, and the snake bite certainly will do the trick. 7 on the board for G2, a lead at the half.
Her decision-making has been sublime. A 7th round, and while a showstopper with 2 targets and 2 targets taken. It's an assist from Mimi, even if it doesn't come up on the board, but for Akita, that's about as easy as it gets.
Yeah, really snuffing out their flame here, Nova. They came in shining bright, certainly in that first half of Corrode, but it seems like G2, they found their rhythm. As every note falls into place, Akita's 3rd. And Mimi looking for one on the backside, but it will be Petra to get yet another, hitting that final note as G2 end this half 8-4 in the lead. For Nova, though, there were certainly some heroes over on Corrode, some big individual rounds from them, and maybe we have to hope for more of that as 8-4 down. This is the spot where the pistol carries a lot of weight. G2 with a chance to run away with this. That nade already posing a lot of danger, and Akita keeps on going. Shirazi, the one to fall, but Akita down to 10 HP. Stuck in that corner, dodges the flash, it's almost a freebie, but Icebox puts us back to level.
A nice attempt. Already though, multiple players left within the site. Now you can see that Mimi's actually going back to mid, just in case they try and double back in the other direction. Looking to try and lock them in with nowhere to go, but they are pressuring into what is now a stack up of the remaining players, a crossfire that seems impossible to deal with. It's left to Sheer to try and save the day, and now even from above, Mimi will look to wrap him from behind. There is nowhere safe, nowhere left to go. G2 claim yet another pistol. And again, it seems like they've got the right read. Multiple players already here. Early utilities, not a bad start though. Clem's done well. That's a player drop. Clem with the classic. Seems to do so much damage all of the time, and now Shirazi's adding another. This is starting to get very interesting indeed. A chance to give themselves a lifeline, and Clem is looking to do it all. It's left to Petra, who doesn't know there's another on the cross. And hey, that's one way to find a response. A MasterCard thrifty. The 3 players buy up. The other 2 have the Spectres, and as you said, versus, well, normally versus a low buy, it's very good, as you are witnessing. Shirazi under pressure, but, well, they're running through the snake bite. Oh, taste of her own medicine, maybe? Can Vanya deliver? No, she cannot. That's fantastic. A flawless back. A huge boost in terms of orbs as well for Shirazi, which, hey, you're going to want a Viper's Pit as early as possible. And more importantly, the credits through the roof.
I was watching to see Nova's investment because after that, you know, still playing with the Spectre. G2, oh, snake bite down. This is a safe corner though for Shirazi. It hasn't quite extended as much as they'd hoped, and Mimi, getting a bit curious, ends up being dropped by Clem. Now the Seekers go out. situational, but this is the perfect situation as they clear this A site completely. And the spike can move towards it. Late play coming through mid from Alyssa, but she's now being caught. That's a pick back in the other direction, and G2 don't need to get ahead of themselves in looking for a fight, but Nova want to. They're looking into the spawn off the Sky Flash, but it's fairly easily dodged. That went all the way around the corner. Paranoia doesn't land on Amy, but the rest are blinded up. Vanya stuck in the corner, and Shirazi's third lands. Akita up close, won't find the double. And another big round from Shirazi keeps Nova's beating heart alive.
This map has felt like the battle of the Vipers, which, considering some of the explosive plays we've seen elsewhere, that Paranoia as well was superb, because the initial flash didn't land, but the second one left two completely blind as they went in to try and take the fight. The timing couldn't be better, and for Shirazi, well, the trade's ever important, but that final kill, the most of the lot.
They've made it work before. The classic up close. I got so worried.
Oh, it's close. 46 health.
And the right click not as kind as it has been in the past. Drone coming through from Alyssa towards B main has spotted players, but Akita somehow gets one and gets out. At B main aggression as well, having been spotted, but Mimi has TP'd back, now looking for the fight up into heaven as Vanya goes down. Yeah, it's going to be tough to find more here. Akita on the cross. Good damage! Spike dropped up in heaven. Mimi might not be expected quite this quickly, and now Mimi's going to have some help as the showstopper soon to be popped, I'd imagine. This is the round for it. This happened before. Shirazi in the pit and will be caught yet again by the showstopper. But it's left onto Petra. 1 versus 2. It seems like Nova may have stumbled, but they will not fall. Not just yet, unless Petra's got a big play up her sleeve. Already isolating one. The reveal is there. The reload needed. And now her opponent rounds the corner to destined death. Petra puts them in their place with an 11th round for G2.
Just insanity. There were so many moments in this round where I was thinking, okay, that will be what turns it. Maybe the showstopper will do it, but the Red Bull clutch in a 1v2 with the Sheriff, nah. I didn't think she made that one. Didn't even use the Nightfall. Had it in her back pocket, was like, I don't need it. I'm going to isolate these fights, and well, ever so impressive. It's got to be difficult as well when you just see her smiling and laughing on the other side of the stage. And with Heaven now cleared, it starts to narrow down. Vanya, also someone that knows her angles. Yeah, I don't think you're regenerating that one, Clem. 3 health. They've got 30 seconds, and it doesn't seem like this is getting any easier.
Oh, grab well. That slowed down the rest of the squad, and it's only a 3 HP Clem who's made it out to the side. Amy shutting her down, saving Vanya's life as the smoke goes up, and now how do you get out? You just gotta walk through this with Amy and Vanya holding you as if you had a chance. G2, 12 on the board, just like Corrode. They have 5 chances to close out this map. The difference being, this is their pick, and they seem to be hitting another level here.
Just straight up spam for the first. And then towards the end, it's just an attempt to try and get anywhere near her teammate. She was not having it. Sometimes Vanya is the one to take everybody's life, but sometimes she needs protecting, and that's where Amy comes in. 12-7. The buy, it stinks. I think the only thing really there is going to be that overdrive, a chance to try and close the gap, but Akita is ready and waiting. Clem gone.
Yeah, Clem wanted to put the pressure onto Petra there. She was stuck in the corner and still will be. Dodges that flash again. Great wall that they have in play here. Got to give credit to Amy. We've seen that already have impact in previous rounds. And here maybe more so than ever.
Go ahead.
Still have that Omen to play with, but no smoke down, and Mimi has a field day with that, covering the cross back as well. Alyssa pre-fires it and forces her off the angle. The Paranoia sends her further back, and Sheer is walking down on the back of it. Even suspects that that's the decoy as Alyssa finds one. Sheer could have a beautiful flank, but doesn't want to risk it, and I like it. I think the discipline here is far more valuable than rolling the dice on that flank and being isolated. The 2 versus 2, but it's Amy and Vanya that you're up against.
Yeah, the From the Shadows could be used as a recon. Her staying alive, fairly integral G2 with a chance to end the map. Alyssa, a chance to get an ace. She's stuck in the backside, but still swings out. One more needed to individually win the round for her team, but that's where her teammate will come in. A 4K for Alyssa to keep them in the map, maybe the most important one they've had so far.
Oh yeah, that was looking very rough on the surface, but they cut through that like a knife on the side of Nova. A much needed win, 4 rounds in a row still to be connected, and they ran into a lot of issues here, but back into it. Give them a boost of morale, perhaps Viper's Pit in play. Now we've seen this a number of times towards mid, but this time Amy in a very narrow choke point. I mean, she kind of needs to push forward to hold that control, but Clem is already past the pit, so standing in that tight corner, really the only option she's left with. Prowler up top has caught Clem though.
Yeah, that's important information. And in fact, it seems like we're going to get a push on 2 fronts. One of them is in the form of Akita, and then Amy's also managed to find Clem. This might be the beginning of the end, as they've had to try and fall back in a chance to try and reclaim mid, maybe catch the aggressive player in the form of Akita, but she's gone. She's dipped. She's in fact wrapping all the way back round just to fight with Mimi, and Mimi's gone, okay, well, let's just fall back and fight this one together. We have that advantage already.
Oh, Mimi! The double kill! And maybe the death blow delivered just like that. It will be a triple from Mimi to close this out in flawless fashion. G2 have given Nova courtesy enough, and they take it 2-0. An impressive series from Nova. A lot of promise here, but it just wasn't enough.
No, and I think the more exciting thing from my perspective is what we saw from Akita making that sort of debut on this GCC stage. And
it is time, my friends! Crewblaze versus Team Liquid. This game is going to be legendary. The Latin El Clásico.
Munch took a fair amount of damage.
Team Liquid, one of the favorites in the tournament, my friends.
Close by on the site.
Let's see the number 1 from Brazil.
Munch already pretty close by. Jelly will be the first to fall. Talked about Jelly a fair amount.
They're still going. 3 players back towards spawns.
Legend, Daiki. Oh my god.
Yeah, Daiki coming in big for Team Liquid. Issa joining the fray as well. Now just 2 left from the defense. They started to rotate over, and they might get a little bit of time. 1 kill found. Daiki falls.
Okay.
The second connects.
Isa with 3 Ks in the round.
Liquid get the pistol.
And TL are not worried about their flank because of Jelly's positioning in mid. Dodd's going to catch a great timing, but at the same time Dodd moves in here is exactly when Jujina is turning around and considering the flank as an option.
Eyes behind her head.
Lucky timing.
Right on the site. Daiki and Jelly, the 2 remaining, trying to keep back the defenses. The retake attempt from Crew. Dodd.
Well played, Dodds. Well played.
On the round.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Are on the board.
Nice play. Nice play.
Seeing some sweet plays out of Dodds like that on the global stage here. Crew making every single event.
Well, that's fast out from Jelly mid. Certainly gives a threat, and wow, it's more than a threat. There's plenty of fight behind that bark.
Jelly! Jumping shot.
Reckless abandon towards the site. B is theirs for the taking.
Hold on, though.
I asked you yesterday, what is the strongest duo in Game Changers? I said it was SRN and Bastarda. For me, mechanically, I was talking about mechanically.
Only one.
Someone in the comments said Jelly and Daiki. It's a very strong one too. Maybe in terms of game IQ? Not sure if IQ is the right word, but since Daiki is the IGL, her game sense is incredible. One of the most...
Immediate. Well,
bro, Daiki is one of the GOATs, you know?
Good thing no one's
That regard, I agree. But in terms of skills, only I still go with Bastard and SRN.
Instantly started rotating back.
1 in 2000. But still some options.
Ah, the Bucky!
That's gonna help.
Oh my god, Dia!
This is a strong buyout from
She's good with the
Liquid.
Bucky.
They should be able to get away with this.
Unfortunately, Biazik, that was a fake wall.
That was nice, that was
in
nice.
front of that one, so it
Like using the river skin.
Still, the 2
Reminds me of Dance in the old days.
Need this lurk to activate on A.
Spike sitting across the middle of the map, not quite committed yet. Kind of waiting to see if
even the crosshair looks
get the pick, but it's actually Monch who puts
similar.
the ball between her eyes.
It's not the
Just
same
like
though.
that, the round is really thrown into disarray between Monch and the Bucky. Crew are flirting with the second.
And no room for error in that one.
Yeah, they should win this one for sure.
Guardian too.
Okay, just for the info.
Some info, takes a step back, throws it in reverse. Once again, gotta be pushed. Once again on an island.
Okay, just playing good.
Has safe passage out.
And even just the fact that she can pump out the snake bite there for
that was all play.
Team to rotate in. So now
she played that to perfection.
Start this retake.
Now it's a 4v2. Loud has ult. They want to secure the round.
Themselves in the 2v4.
Whoa, we're investing ults here? Interesting decision out from Dodds.
Locking it down.
Making sure no stone is left unturned. That first pick is going to cause problems. Dodds falls. Munch falls again as well. All of a sudden, this is a 2v2 now. Bezerra.
Oh, Bezerra.
Left in the 1v1.
Oh, Bezerra.
You're waiting on the other side.
Oh, Bezerra.
She's going to stick it.
Ah, cold! Konir, you're a cold!
It's a stolen round.
Nice. Bezerra, NT.
Take that at the end just with a full stick.
A peek into elbow, which is exactly where they're funneled into because of the
Okay,
wall.
good trade.
Only one kill found, though. Traded right back at the KO ult. Popped. Liquid finding space, finding the kills, and getting what they need on the site with the numbers advantage. A slight one, but an advantage nonetheless. Munch up so aggressive.
Oh my god, sorry, got me there. Not gonna lie. Okay, clean round, and this will break crew economy. So we're playing with the next round. Just show Dyke 3K.
Yeah, I mean, even the stuck defuse, that was
She's one of the greatest players of all time, my friends. And she was staged by nothing less than the GOAT Fallen, Gabriel Toledo. And this is after a timeout from crew, my friends. Let's see what they cook. Should be good, 14 liquid. Whereas for crew,
Biazik's in trouble. Biazik might be dead. Off the second, the third manages to dodge. Very nicely done. But there's more to be dealt with. There's more to find. Oh, yeah. Zero chance you're getting away with that one. Not with the discipline that Liquid have shown.
Oh, Georgina, to dodge it.
To getting the plant down. I cleared immediately.
And man, Georgina.
The sun's not really going to connect either, but Konir does.
Last champs that she played.
Still waiting on the other side. I mean, knocking on the door.
She was one of the best players, man. What she did on that tournament, on the grand finals, was legendary, man. Legendary.
And they have to go rotate all
I will
the
never
way
forget.
to elbow if they want to try to clear out, man. You've got Bezerra, who still can play spoiler from all the way back. The dog confirming their presence. But you still have to swing out and deal with them. You can't afford to leave that alone. Michaela falls once more at that distance.
What?
Okay, that's wild.
Okay, they're on the round. She was too far for getting a kill with the shot, I think. That's why she changed her mind.
One kill, one lurk from Munch. Munch was the hero
Munch,
in the last round. 1v2.
That's a big
Munch is like Monk.
Middle of the map. You mentioned Munch. Has to get this pick here.
Nice jelly.
Three on the round,
Okay.
but again, it's Munch.
Oh, get ready.
A ton of space back, Georgina, in a
Oh, Dodge, that was
that's
it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I believe in Georgina there. But Dodge, that was nice.
Team Liquid, they've seen crew play this comp twice before.
Oh.
Double dash through.
Oh, if she goes there, she's gonna get the kill.
Exchange, and that will slow things down tremendously. Jelly's the only one forward, but that gun still works. Bezerra now
what was that?
As is the rest of Liquid, trying to take control of the site. It's going to be Crew on the retake. They don't have any ults.
Crew are eyeing up these angles pretty quickly. Players on the A side of the map only just now rotating.
It's getting cold here.
Biazik is delayed in mid too.
Considerably so. Just a dog to pave the way for now. The paranoia and the suck will help. But all the utility Crew are doing it again. A flash in their face.
The flash was perfect.
The
The flash was perfect.
Cannot.
Dyke. And my friends, I'm gonna tell you something. If Liquid doesn't win this tournament here, I will be very, very surprised. And I think only one thing can take down Liquid here, and it's MIBR. Ah, Mundi, you are being totally based because you are Brazilian.
They find no value out of it. Now the last
only time will tell. Maybe I actually base, or maybe it's know something that you don't know.
Okay, well the res comes off, so I guess it's a 1-for-1 in a...
I feel like this year, for the first time, Shopify is not coming as the clear favorite.
Has been stellar for Liquid, and so yeah, I mean you kind
G2 look good though. Okay, KC looking good.
Team Liquid bringing two.
But if I have to pick someone to win, I would still pick Team Liquid.
Unspotted.
And I also think MIBR is an incredible thing, man. I feel like MIBR, in a good day, they can beat Liquid, they can beat anyone.
To provide a little bit more value than they have.
But we're not gonna be easy, my friend, that's for sure. We have a lot of great things here.
Biazik does too. Michaela's able to get 1, 2 still to find. And if they manage to get through that, you still gotta get the defuse. A 1v1, ankles broken, 4 bullets left. And Daiki's there to
And Daiki, man.
an 8-round half.
I can see it, man. She's on prime form, my friends. Prime form.
Hitting through mid to make
Big
that
pistol. Must win pistol run for Crow. If they lose, they are
3 towards
done
currently.
in this map. Not gonna lie.
One not there though. Very nice.
Okay,
setup.
Dots. Nice.
is playing anti though, and just like that, advantage Crew.
Yeah, good stuff.
Mundi, I think you jinxed Liquid and now they're gonna lose. Guys, that's actually very possible.
KO's in the server and
Sorry, Liquid. Actually, Liquid they're gonna lose every game. Every game, my friend. There's no hope for Liquid. They're gonna lose this one here. Dots already got first blood. This is comeback for Crow.
Immediately down.
there ended the half with a gnarly shot.
Yeah.
A sliver angle here just to a hard clear.
And there's really no way to swing off of that or trade if you're Crew.
So you'll have an interesting Viper wall in terms of how it cuts up the A site.
That's one of my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited to watch the next game between MIBR and Shopify, man. That game will be legendary, man. Jesus Christ.
They've gotten this far, but haven't committed on the other side of it, at least yet.
I mean, TL
And don't get me wrong, I think Shopify is an amazing thing. Amazing thing.
Yeah, and I mean, the wall's going to push back off towards spawn. Jujina falls.
Probably the favorites for a lot of
out of the
people.
round, having to break that down with their knife.
And now they're going to swing her on the other side of it. Perhaps they'll advise, but Dodds gets 3. 2v2 now. It's going to have to be an ace.
Ace clutch.
Sarah's waiting on the other side. Healthy, and it's the ace.
First ace of the tournament, Dodds. First ace of the tournament.
Welcome to Korea, Dodds.
Let's go, let's go. Oh my god,
it's
it's actually going to lose.
Second half for Crew. When things are starting to look dire, Dodds is going to step up and get the job done all on her own. Starting off playing
That was
anti, riding up
very
the wall.
clean. Bro,
Takes out
AC
her
clutch.
counterpart on the waylay.
That's legendary.
And then here, so flicky with it. Coming in for the trade, playing behind her teammates.
Bezerra only need one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, really sharp on form.
No
and
chance.
50.
No chance.
Not wasting too many bullets. Viper waiting for him all the way back in spawn.
How many? Quick.
3.
3? That's 1.
Could have been.
Could've
Playing
been.
really
Still
safe.
might be.
Oh.